What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I am here with the start of anniversary box reveals. Guys, we are going over Cooler Mill. That's right, Golden Cooler Mill. Yep, you're seeing it correctly, Golden Cooler. A new Z leader for Cooler Mill. It's gonna be awesome. But guys, before we begin this video, two important things. First off, Zenkai Showdown, 23rd, 24th of September in Poznan, Poland. It's our event, it's gonna be awesome. You can still buy tickets until Sunday. Link is in the description below. And guys, of course, a massive shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this machine going, and eventually, very soon, we will buy a new table. I promise you, we'll buy it. Anyways, guys, I think that's everything. Let's just dive into this. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. Okay, guys, so this is how we're gonna do all of our anniversary box videos. I'm gonna give you an archetype breakdown. I'll show you new cards. If there are some interesting interactions, I'm gonna show them. Then we will go over like an example deck list. These are not optimized. I'm not good at Cooler, but yeah, at least you'll get like some sort of a blueprint. And then we end up with a summary, which I'm probably just gonna skip and we'll jump into the end screen anyway. So yeah, let's go. Okay guys, let's start with the archetype. Most of you know this, but you know, every video is someone's first video, and I know that there are some new players coming into the game, and I'm happy to hear that. Hey guys, welcome to the best game in the world. So let's just go over Cooler in case that you don't know what it does. This is an old leader from set 9, and this is a red-blue mill deck. So the leader is red, but the engine is multicolored. You decrease the power of your opponent's battle cards to mill your opponent. So when you decrease the power, they mill 1. And that's basically how you win. You just keep stacking these effects. A very consistent and very powerful strategy. This is one of the best rogue decks from like the last few metas, and it's still good. Like, this deck has always been strong, and it just keeps getting more love. Let's check out some of this new love. Let's check out the Z leader, Golden Cooler. This one is absurd. This one is so well designed, and it's just crazy. Guys, first off, Z Awaken at 4 lives. This is huge. You pay 1 blue to Z Awaken. That is fair. But the way that Cooler is designed, and where you like you can only awaken at 4 lives and then you restand 1, so you can just pay your energy for whatever, awaken, restand 1, pay that 1, automatically Z Awaken. You can do this if you want to. You draw up to 2 cards when you decrease the power of opponent's battle cards, especially if it's their turn. So during your turn, if you decrease it, you draw 1. But if you do this during your opponent's turn, you draw another 1. So in a turn cycle, you draw 3 cards. You decrease on your turn, you draw 1, and then on their turn, you just minus something, and then you draw 2. So he draws 3 cards basically in one big turn cycle. Activate Main just wins you the game. It cheats out your big finishers for 5 energy, and if for some reason you didn't win, you get to restand 2 energy. Yeah. Here is some additional defense, just in case that you lost, so that you don't lose. Phenomenal. This one is wow. This one is gonna make Cooler the next meta deck. Then we have a new Frieza card, another amazing card. Like, these cards are a massive hit. It's a 15k Self-Awakener for 1 energy. That's great. Cooler needed Self-Awakeners, so for 1 energy, Self-Awaken. And then your opponent mills 1 when you play it because it decreases the power of a card. That's awesome. And then it turns your 1 cost 10k combos into pseudo super combos for free. So yeah, and it helps you set up for an arrival play with 0 investment, because when you attack with this one or you combo with it, you get to combo for free with 1 red-blue multicolored card. Battle card, and these usually cost 1 energy and they're plus 10k combo power. Now you just do it for free, and if you do it, you draw 1. So yeah, pseudo super combo for free. There you go. And because they're red-blue, you can just basically use a rival. You already have a red-blue card in your combo area, then just pay the arrival cost for your arrival cards. Insane support. And then one last card before we dive into the deck. This is, wow, this is your newest multicolored land. It ignores energy exhaust if cooler is your leader. If red cooler is your leader, flat out negate energy exhaust. Always enters energy in active mode. This is insane. This is so good, because the only one that we had so far was Energy Blight Mecha Frieza, I believe, and I believe that's its name, and you had to have another multicolored in your energy, so you would still just waste one turn. This one, just no. Turn 1, draw it, charge multicolor. Phenomenal. If you wish to play him, he has 2 energy cost arrival, and he's also barrier removal, and also he is a 20k dual attacker. So yeah, he can also gain double strike. He's not bad, but free energy, free multicolored energy. I don't know what's happening here. Cooler is insane. Let's check out my very bad, poorly built deck list. Okay guys, here we are with Deck Planet, the best deck building website in the world. Let's go over the deck itself. So, now that you know some basics, let's just quickly check out this abomination. I highly encourage you to go to Deck Planet and filter cooler decks under competitive. You're probably gonna find better builds than this one, but it's a start. It's definitely a start. So, first off, 4 copies of the newest energy exhaust guy, like the newest multicolored energy, because we want to charge it, we want to have multicolored. Then 3 copies of Mecha Frieza Energy Blight, just because, you know, because once we charge the first one, the cooler, then like this one is just an extra multicolored energy. Having 7 multicolored energy is great, because you always have access to whichever color you need. You're never minusing for them, you're never lacking a color. So I think 7 is fine. There is a case to bump it to 8. There is also a case to use Whis instead of Frieza. I chose to go with Frieza, but you can adjust the ratios if you want to. Then we come to the staple package. Cooler Tyrannical Assault. Everyone knows what this one does. Basically a rival red-blue double striker 20k. When you have a red-blue in your combo area, you pay 1 and then you play this guy and he minuses 2 battle cards, ignoring barrier by -10 for the turn, and then you just mill your opponent. We are also playing 2 copies of this Frieza, because he's essentially now easier to play through our Z leader. You might want to bump this either to 3 or just keep it at 2, just so that you see them. Like, if you're willing to like commit with your Z leader, it's good to have this one in the deck. And not in the prizes. 2 copies of Hercule and Mr Satan. I am looking to, you know, turn the world upside down to see if there is any replacement for this. If you guys think that there is a replacement, let me know in the comments. The only reason why I'm saying this is I think 2 copies is okay, but in some regions it's expensive. Like, it's still somewhat expensive. So yeah, if I find a cheap replacement, I will let you know, because the entire deck doesn't cost anything except like maybe these guys. Then 4 copies of Shield. This one came in the anniversary box. Arrival blue yellow dual attack blocker 20k, and then he also minuses a card by 15k, milling your opponent. And you can increase his combo cost by 1 if you have a multicolored in, and you're gonna have a multicolored in your energy. 1 copy of Cooler Suffocating Tyranny. I've never been a huge fan of this one. I think like it's cool, but rival for free energy, that's a bit of a high cost. You can run 1, you can run 2, you can just go without it. I saw some lists which aren't even using it. Then we have our super combos, 4 copies of Beerus, Divine Obliterator. So the idea is, in defense, when you combo with it, you get to restand 1 multicolored, and then you can use the multicolored immediately to pay for our rival. So if you're someone who's watching how this deck works for the first time, Here's just a quick example. Let's say your opponent is attacking you, you're tapped out, you super combo with Beerus, you restand 1 energy, and then you, because you have a red-blue multicolored in your combo area, you can just use the energy to pay the arrival for Cooler, for example. Because this works, you restand during the combo phase. When you combo with this card, choose up to 1 and switch to active. Yeah, so let's go like with 4, just because we're playing a lot of these arrival guys. You can run less Beerus and you can choose to go with like Reddits instead if you wish some more draw power. Again, I'm not a Cooler Mill player. I want to give this deck a go. I really want to try it out. So maybe I will when this anniversary box comes out. So I'm not the expert here, guys. Not when it comes to Cooler. We're running 2 copies of Frieza Death's Embrace. This is also like a bit of a more on an expensive side. This was never reprinted in a highly available numbers. Anyway, auto. When you play it, you draw 1 and then activate battle for 1 red energy. You just next something by -10, forcing your opponent to mill 1. That's basically it. And then we have 2 copies of Gohan. I love this Gohan. For 1 energy, you can play it if your life is at 4 or less, and then you choose 7, up to 7 of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, and then just minus them by 10k. So let's say that you hit 4 cards, for example. Let's say that 4 cards with barrier is a realistic number. Probably not, but let's say you mill 4 because each of them gets -10. That's how it works. So 1 energy, just mill a bunch. Then we have a new card, 2 copies of Cell Max Return of Despair. I like this one. I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to get convinced that it's okay. Still not fully sold on it, but for 1 energy, 25k dual blocker basically. When you block with him, he restands and then gets -15. What is a cool part? What's the cool part about this one is when he's KO'd or removed by a skill, you minus something by 30. So in this deck, you basically with -30 you can kill basically anything. Almost anything. So he dies or he's removed by any way, by any skill, bounced into hand, bottom decked, charged into Z energy, doesn't matter. He triggers, kills something, and then you get to mill your opponent. And you get all of this for 1 energy. Worst case, you block twice with him, he dies, and then he minuses something else, and then you mill. Phenomenal value. We also have 2 copies of Omega Shenron. Yes, the big scary. This, I think, is the biggest plus that the deck got, because now that you have a red Z leader, you can run Omega Shenron. And Omega Shenron, if you're new to the game, has a very cute ability. Activate battle once per turn on either player's turn. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and give it -3000 power. Additionally, 3000 for each of your Z energies. Additionally, if your leader is a Z leader, then you choose up to 1 battle card or unison and it gets -30,000. Yeah. And you can do this now because you have a Z leader. So just free removal. You get free removal on a deflect triple strike body. Crazy. Not removal, removal and mill. 4 copies of the newest Frieza. 4 copies of Oceana's Shenron. I see some lists running free. Like I said, I'm not a Cooler player, but I like the idea of running 4. Because with extra gas that you just got with the anniversary box support cards and Shenron and Cell Max, you can mill your opponent lightning fast. And if you don't know what this card does, basically it's a negate. It's a counter attack. You discard 1 card from your hand and then you negate the attack, play this. And if you've managed to play it, if your opponent hasn't stopped you somehow, your opponent can't attack for the turn without milling 4 every time. On each swing. You will mill your opponent so bad that they just won't be able to afford to do this. Then we're finishing up with the deck 2 copies of the Monkey, because you need more draws, so just pay 2 energy. When he's in drop, send it to the warp and draw 2 cards. That's fair. 4 copies of Segundo Bean, you can run 3. I see some lists running 2. I think like 4 is okay, especially with the amount of arrivals that we are playing. We really want that extra energy up. 2 copies of After Image Technique, not a bad negate. Honestly, I could not think of anything else, maybe Topo or something, but thought like After Image is okay. 1 copy of We Are Universe 7, this card basically allows us to get our super combo. And for you can run Testing the Opposition instead of After Image Technique. I just didn't put testing in. And let's say that you want to run a super combo, this is a good one. SS3, Gohan's Interdimensional Warrior. It's a cool secret rare. Super combo, secret rare. It's a cool secret rare, and it should be cheap. It should be on the cheaper side. I'm not sure. Basically, ultimate dual attack blocker. When he's played, you choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and give them minus 25k. So just mill a bunch, ignoring barrier. And then like +1 when your opponent attacks with a battle card, you may choose it and give it minus 25 for the turn. So just mill more, or you can choose to just go and kill your opponent, get like +15 in triple strike. So yeah, this is the list. We still have a Z deck to check. So we're running the Z leader, 1 copy of Cell Max Advent of Despair. Not super sold on this one because like it's a lot. It's free Z energy. You're probably never playing this, but I was like, okay, let's just put it in. It's a new card. Let's highlight it a bit. Then 1 copy of Cell. You can probably put this one in. 1 Beerus, 2 SSB Vegetas, and 1 Surmounting the Impossible. And there's nothing in the side deck. So yeah, guys, this is the deck. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Are you hyped for new cooler cards? I'm so hyped. I think I said that I'm not a cooler player and that I don't know this deck like 1,000 times during the video, and I'm super convinced to build cooler and just have fun with it. Like, this looks fun. Yes, it's horrible to say that milling your opponent is just the most fun tactic ever. That's not me. I'm more of a hand destruction person. Like, I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And guys, I forgot to change the text. We got to 3,000 subs. Now we're on the way to 4,000 subs. We're gonna get the giveaway out tomorrow or at some point. It's super hot. It's the middle of the heat wave. But hey, let's go to 4K. So share the video, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and yeah, let's try to get to 4K subs. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.